What were the most rewarding experiences you had working with the Kinsale and Totnes transitions?
There's a point when you teach about these things, or you talk about these things, when people get it, and it can happen. It happens for different people at different points. But there's a certain point where they go, oh, I see. Oh, right, okay, and that's a really rewarding bit, you know. Yeah, I suppose the main sort of rewarding experiences with it are when the fruits of how the transition town process presents this question. You know, it's very easy to present climate change and peak oil in such a way that people just don't want to know, or they get very miserable and very depressed, or they just shut off, you know. And I think for me the most rewarding aspect of it has been the amount of excitement that it generates, and the number of people who were all abuzz after hearing about peak oil. I mean, imagine you go to talk about peak oil, which is potentially completely catastrophic, and kind of, oh my God, and they come out and they're like, oh, they're fantastic and brilliant. Oh God, we can do this and we can, and that's really rewarding for me. You know, when you start out with a room full of people who don't know about it, and by the end they're all fired up about it. And also, you know, on a bigger scale, how organisations like the Soil Association, like Dartington, really there's something about that idea that you know, we're about to get into very serious problems in terms of our energy supplies, but we can do this. You know, we can apply our creativity. I often talk about the transition town process as being like unlocking the collective genius of a community to address this question. So I think the most rewarding moments are when you see that genius at work, whether it's at the open space where you just get a group of 5 or 6 people who've never met each other and together, and they're and all those ideas are flying, and they're all networking, and then they go off and do things. And in the Transition Town Totnes process, we very much see that model as being like it's not the role of Transition Town to develop all the projects and drive them forward. The idea is to become what we call a project support group, that you are there to seed the ground and prepare the soil, and then as those projects come up, you nurture them, but they actually come from the people in the town themselves. And that's one of the most rewarding things. I had a girl rang me up the other day who's 18 in Totnes, and she said, I want to organise a TTT youth festival, and I've got it organised, and we've got 200 kids coming from Italy and kids coming from locally, and it'll be just for teenagers, and we've got pedal bikes to pedal the sound system, and we've got bands coming, and she's organising the whole thing, you know. And you get projects like that where people just pick them up and run with them. Local food directory, we want to do a local food directory, brilliant, go do it, fantastic. And so that's really rewarding as well, when the energy just starts to rise, that people take things off and they do them.